I feel as if I have paved the way for a lot of young people to have a go here in Australia from New Zealand. I call myself Australasian now, even though I still support the All Blacks. We were brought up on a farm in Walton, and Mum and Dad sort of took us along to the races, and that's how we really started. Our grandparents bred a Melbourne Cup winner in hijinks, so we sort of came from a racing family, but I was the first one to do it professionally. Got my first break when I went to the O'Sullivans and loved it. And luckily I worked for the guy that ended up champion trainer, and he taught me everything basically. I was training for one group from Hong Kong mainly that more or less said that with the prize money going down in New Zealand and it rising in Australia, that they would give me an opportunity to set up a stable with their horses as the main group. And then we won the Derby here in '97, and they internationalised the Melbourne Cup, decided they'd open up for international trainers. And I was the first one that got boxes here at Chiquita Lodge. The challenges I've had when I first got here were the microscope was on you and the way you trained compared to the Australians. There'd been a lot come over and set up other stables like I did, but haven't lasted that long. It's not that easy, and I got accepted by the Australians. Winning the Melbourne Cup cemented me here. It opened everyone's eyes up to the fact that I could win a Melbourne Cup and run third in it in the same year. That same year, I won the Blue Diamond.
True Jules put the head in front of the middle from La Lagoon. True Jules has won it.
I think to have done that so quickly was also a big help to me. Chris Waller, in the early days, before when he was starting to get going, he just said, I hope I can be as successful as what Mike Moroney has been over the years. And now look what he's done. I would say 90% of the horses I've trained, Paul has sourced for the stable. He's certainly done a great job.
Doing it in tandem with Mike has always been great because we've been very close as brothers, and we've driven each other to strive to achieve and get the results that we have together. I know we're equally proud of each other and also back each other to the hilt.
You're a star, mate. You're a star today.
Coeur Volante was just one of those little athletes I found at the New Zealand sale. She just had all the attributes we like. She's not overly big, but she's physically correct. She moves particularly well, and she just had a little bit of an aggressive nature about her, which we've found that most of the good fillies we've trained have had that in them. So, you know, it's a feather in my cap that I found her, and he backed my judgment, and we're getting the results with her, which is wonderful.
Coeur Volante, I think, is quite special. I'm pretty sure she's going to be one of the better ones I've trained. We were a bit disappointed she didn't win her first start. She looked luckless. Then it was a good win next start.
Coeur Volante's going to be too good. Coeur Volante, a smart winner.
And then we popped her away once we heard that the Thousand Guineas was going to be put back. It really fell into our hands a bit. But she didn't do that well with the break because it was right in the middle of winter. Wasn't eating for a while and wasn't doing things right. But she's turned the corner now.
Coeur Volante is coming at her hard and got her.
I'm sure if she does stay sound that we're going to have a lot of fun.
This has been a terrific ride, and Coeur Volante wins it.
If she can win the Thousand Guineas, it would be a great effort because it's a pretty unusual prep, I would think. If she can do that, well, I'm sure she's going to get a bunch of admirers, I would think.